Have you ever wondered why staying motivated when leading a healthy lifestyle is so hard? Maybe you've started and stopped diets, exercise routines, or healthy habits countless times. You're not alone. The truth is that finding lasting motivation for a healthier lifestyle isn't as easy as it seems. It's about understanding the psychology behind why we make certain choices and how we can set ourselves up for success. In this video, we'll dive deep into the mindset behind building sustainable habits so you can stop feeling stuck and start thriving with a motivation to keep going. Let's get started. In today's world, we're bombarded with a constant stream of advice on how to live a healthier life. There's no shortage of information from the latest fitness trends to diet fads. But despite all the resources available, sticking to a healthy lifestyle remains a struggle for many. So, why is it so difficult to stay motivated and keep going, even when we know the benefits of exercise, balanced nutrition, and mental well-being? The answer lies in the psychology of motivation. It's not just about willpower or finding the right diet plan. It's about understanding the mental barriers that often hold us back and finding ways to overcome them. These barriers can take many forms: self-doubt, procrastination, fear of failure, or a lack of self-compassion. But what makes it even more complicated is that these psychological factors are often deeply ingrained in our daily habits, which makes changing them challenging. Take, for example, the well-known all-or-nothing mindset. Many of us have experienced starting a new workout or diet plan, only to abandon it after a few missed workouts or an indulgent meal. The perfectionist mindset can make us feel like we've failed when we don't stick strictly to a plan, leading us to abandon it altogether. However, real success comes from consistency, not perfection. The key is learning to navigate setbacks and continue moving forward without letting mistakes derail your efforts. The role of self-compassion also cannot be overlooked. Many people struggle to stick with a healthy lifestyle because they're too hard on themselves when they slip up. Whether it's skipping a workout or eating something unhealthy, feelings of guilt can sabotage progress and discourage us from getting back on track. But the truth is, everyone faces setbacks. The key is learning how to be kind to yourself, get back into your routine, and use setbacks as learning opportunities. One important concept to understand here is the idea of self-determination theory, which emphasizes intrinsic motivation, doing something because it's inherently enjoyable or satisfying, rather than because it's something you should do. Research has shown that when people engage in activities because they find them rewarding, they are more likely to stick with them in the long run. The truth is that changing your lifestyle doesn't happen overnight. It requires an understanding of the psychological hurdles you face and the strategies to overcome them. If you can learn to address your mental barriers, cultivate positive habits, and practice self-compassion, maintaining a healthy lifestyle becomes much more achievable. This is why it's essential to approach health from a psychological perspective, rather than just focusing on the physical aspects. So, whether you've struggled with motivation in the past or are just starting to think about making healthier choices, this video is for you. By understanding the psychology behind motivation and adopting small, manageable changes, you can start seeing lasting improvements in your lifestyle. Keep watching to discover practical strategies that will help you stay on track, no matter how challenging the journey might feel. Setting goals is a powerful way to achieve success. But if your goals aren't structured properly, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or frustrated when progress doesn't come quickly. That's why it's important to approach goal setting in a strategic, realistic way. Let's dive into the secrets of setting achievable goals using the SMART framework, breaking big goals into manageable steps, and using visualization to keep you motivated. One of the most effective methods for establishing realistic goals is through the SMART framework, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, 5 essential criteria that enhance the structure and attainability of your objectives. To begin with, specificity is crucial. Instead of opting for a vague goal such as get fit, it is far more beneficial to articulate something concrete like exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes. Additionally, it is important to ensure that your goals are achievable, as setting targets that are too ambitious can lead to feelings of disappointment. This prompts the essential question: can I realistically achieve this goal with the resources and skills I possess at this moment? Moreover, relevance plays a significant role. Your goals should resonate deeply with you and align with your broader life values. Emphasizing the importance of goal setting. A study by renowned psychologists Dr. Edwin Locke and Dr. Gary Latham highlighted that performance improves when goals are clear, challenging, and aligned with an individual's abilities. Their research indicates that setting specific and measurable goals leads to significantly higher achievement than vague or unattainable objectives. To illustrate this framework in practice, consider the aspiration to write a book. Rather than simply stating, "I want to write a book," you could transform that desire into a SMART goal. I will write 500 words a day for 60 days to complete a 30,000-word manuscript by. This formulation presents a clear, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goal, encapsulating all the elements necessary for success. A big mistake many people make when setting goals is trying to take on a huge goal all at once. It can be super overwhelming, especially if it feels too big or far away. That's where breaking down big goals into smaller, actionable steps comes into play. When you break down your goals, you make them feel more achievable, and you're less likely to procrastinate. Take running a marathon as an example. Rather than fixating on the overwhelming 26.2 miles, try breaking it down into bite-sized goals. You might set a target like run 3 miles this week, followed by run 5 miles next week, and so on. Tracking your progress weekly can help too, allowing you to slowly increase your distance until you're fully prepared to tackle the marathon. The act of breaking down a goal into smaller steps is not just about managing tasks. It's about creating a psychological sense of progress. According to psychologist Dr. Teresa Amabile, making small progress toward a goal provides a sense of accomplishment, boosting motivation, and making it easier to keep going. This is known as the progress principle, and it plays a key role in sustaining motivation over time. Consider Elon Musk and his bold aspiration to colonize Mars. Musk's goal is incredibly large, but he's broken it down into smaller, more manageable steps, building reusable rockets, launching spacecraft, and developing habitats. This allows him and his team to make incremental progress toward that big goal and stay focused on the next milestone. Visualization is a powerful tool for achieving goals, and it works particularly well when combined with goal setting. By mentally picturing your success, you create a clear image of what achieving your goal will feel like, which strengthens your drive to work towards it. Visualizing not only helps you see the result, but also reinforces the steps you need to take to get there. Studies in psychology have shown that the brain doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you visualize yourself achieving your goal, you activate the same areas of the brain that would be engaged if you were doing the task. This increases your sense of confidence and reduces anxiety about the process. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian in history, is well known for his use of visualization techniques. Before every race, he would mentally rehearse every stroke and movement, visualizing not just the outcome, but the process and how he would respond to any challenges during the race. This mental training played a significant role in his success. So, to use visualization effectively, set aside a few minutes each day to close your eyes and picture yourself achieving your goal. Imagine the feelings of pride and satisfaction, and visualize the steps you'll take along the way. Doing this regularly helps align your subconscious mind with your conscious goal, strengthening your motivation. Procrastination, something we've all faced. Whether it's putting off a work project, delaying studying for an exam, or avoiding cleaning the house, procrastination can feel like a constant battle. But why do we procrastinate? And more importantly, how can we overcome it? Let's break this down by understanding its causes, exploring effective strategies like the Pomodoro technique, and using rewards to create sustainable motivation. To tackle procrastination, we first need to understand why it happens. Procrastination isn't just laziness. It's a complex behavioral pattern often driven by deeper psychological factors. Fear of failure is a major cause. When a task feels overwhelming or we're unsure of our ability to succeed, avoidance becomes a defense mechanism. Similarly, perfectionism can lead to procrastination. The desire to complete a task flawlessly may make starting seem impossible, especially when the expectations we set for ourselves are unrealistically high. Psychologist Dr. Tim Pychyl, an expert in procrastination, describes it as a self-regulation failure. His research emphasizes that procrastination often stems from emotional discomfort. Tasks that seem boring, difficult, or anxiety-inducing lead us to seek temporary relief through avoidance. However, this short-term relief worsens our stress in the long run. Another common factor is low energy levels. When we're physically or mentally drained, the effort required to begin a task feels insurmountable. Instead, we gravitate toward activities that offer immediate gratification, like scrolling through social media or watching TV. This creates a cycle of avoidance, leaving the task untouched while increasing guilt and stress. Take Victor Hugo, the renowned author of Les Miserables. He famously procrastinated so much that he locked himself in his house and gave all his clothes to his assistant to avoid distractions and force himself to write. While extreme, his method highlights how understanding personal procrastination triggers can help you take focused action. Note it down and go for it. One of the most effective tools for overcoming procrastination is the Pomodoro technique, a time management method developed by Francesco Cirillo. This technique structures work into focused intervals, typically 25 minutes long, followed by a 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. Why does this work? The short, timed intervals make starting a task less intimidating and help eliminate distractions by encouraging full concentration during each session. These focus bursts also build momentum, making it easier to continue working after each interval. The Pomodoro technique combats procrastination by breaking large tasks into smaller, manageable chunks. It also leverages the concept of time boxing, which reduces decision fatigue and creates a clear start and end point for each work session. This eliminates the overwhelm associated with large, open-ended tasks. A study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that structured work intervals like those in the Pomodoro technique increase productivity by 41% and reduce procrastination by 33%. The regular breaks provided mental refreshment, making it easier to maintain focus. Motivating yourself to start and sustain action often comes down to one thing: rewards. Self-reinforcement involves acknowledging and celebrating even small wins, which creates positive associations with completing tasks. Rewards help bridge the gap between effort and satisfaction, especially when the task itself doesn't offer immediate gratification. Why does it work? Our brains are wired to seek pleasure. When we associate completing a task with a tangible or emotional reward, we're more likely to repeat the behavior. For example, after completing a difficult report, treating yourself to an episode of your favorite show or a snack can reinforce the habit of starting and finishing work. As productivity expert James Clear writes in Atomic Habits, "What is rewarded is repeated. What is punished is avoided." This principle highlights the importance of rewarding progress to make habits stick. So, overcoming procrastination is about more than just managing time. It's about understanding yourself and creating systems that support your goals. With strategies like the Pomodoro technique, self-reinforcement, and addressing emotional barriers, you can take control of your productivity and start achieving your full potential. Remember, every small step counts. So why wait? Start today and watch your progress unfold. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on personal growth and productivity. Motivation is often seen as the driving force behind success. But what happens when motivation fades? The secret to long-term change lies in habits. Unlike fleeting bursts of inspiration, habits form the foundation of sustainable growth. Kindly note the power of small steps, the importance of consistency, and how to replace bad habits with healthier ones. Big goals can feel overwhelming, and that's often why we give up before we even start. However, focusing on small, manageable actions can create a ripple effect of positive change. This approach is often called the compound effect. Small actions, repeated consistently, lead to significant results over time. Consider starting a fitness routine. Instead of committing to an intense 1-hour workout, start with a 5-minute daily walk. Over time, this small habit becomes part of your routine, making it easier to gradually increase intensity or duration. Before you know it, you're jogging for 30 minutes or attending regular fitness classes. Dr. B.J. Fogg, a behavioral scientist at Stanford University, developed the Tiny Habits method, which emphasizes starting small. In his research, Fogg found that building habits like flossing one tooth or doing a single push-up after brushing your teeth can snowball into bigger behavioral changes. The key is keeping the habit so small that it's impossible to fail, which builds confidence and momentum. As a first sample, start with one small action. If your goal is healthier eating, swap one snack with a piece of fruit. Once this becomes natural, expand to other meals. Success builds upon itself, so each small step gets you closer to your goal. As best-selling author James Clear writes in Atomic Habits, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." This means that creating a structured system, a routine, helps ensure you keep showing up even when enthusiasm wanes. Consistency is the backbone of habit formation. While it's tempting to rely on motivation, it's not always dependable. Building a routine ensures that your habits continue even on days when motivation is low. Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, credits her success to her disciplined routine. Even on days when she doesn't feel like practicing, she follows her set schedule. This consistency has allowed her to stay at the top of her game for decades. Habits thrive in the presence of cues, consistent triggers that remind you to take action. For example, tying exercise to an existing routine like brushing your teeth or having your morning coffee makes it easier to stick with. A consistent routine doesn't mean perfection. Skipping a day or two won't derail your progress if you return to the habit quickly. The key is minimizing the time between lapses to prevent falling out of the habit altogether. So, what's the deal? How to break bad habits? Replacing unhealthy habits with positive ones is a cornerstone of building a healthy lifestyle. However, breaking a bad habit isn't about stopping the behavior altogether. It's about replacing the trigger and reward with something more beneficial. Most habits are driven by a cue or trigger. For example, stress might trigger a habit of reaching for junk food. Recognizing these triggers is the first step toward replacing the bad habit with a healthier alternative. Psychologist Dr. Wendy Wood, author of Good Habits, Bad Habits, highlights that replacing bad habits is more effective than simply trying to quit. Her research found that creating a new, rewarding behavior that satisfies the same trigger increases the likelihood of long-term success. Instead of grabbing chips when stressed, try replacing that behavior with a short mindfulness exercise or snacking on a handful of almonds. This satisfies the same need for comfort or distraction, but with a healthier alternative. For instance, Oprah Winfrey struggled with unhealthy eating habits for years. She found success by replacing late-night snacking with a calming evening ritual of tea and journaling. By addressing the emotional need behind her habit, she was able to create a healthier routine. As a result, we can say that building healthy habits doesn't require monumental changes overnight. It starts with small, manageable actions that lead to sustainable progress. Consistency is key. Creating a routine ensures that habits stick, even when motivation fades. And when it comes to breaking bad habits, replacing them with positive alternatives allows you to transform your behaviors without feeling deprived. By understanding the psychology of habit formation and using these proven strategies, you can create a lifestyle that supports long-term health and well-being. Remember, the journey starts with a single small step, and each step brings you closer to your goals. Stay consistent, stay motivated, and keep building habits that help you thrive. Everyone should likely hear and grasp this. Setbacks are a natural part of any journey, whether it's in personal growth, career development, or even health and fitness. Often, we view setbacks as failures, which can cause discouragement and a desire to quit. However, setbacks can be some of our most valuable learning experiences. In this video, we'll explore how to embrace setbacks, reframe negative thoughts, and create a strong support system that helps you overcome obstacles and keep going, no matter how tough the journey gets. Take Thomas Edison, who faced thousands of failures before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his many failed experiments, Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset helped him persist and eventually succeed. Edison viewed each failure as a learning experience, not a dead end. Setbacks are an inevitable part of any growth process. Whether you're trying to develop a new habit, reach a career milestone, or improve your physical health, there will be challenges. It's important to recognize that setbacks are not failures. They are simply a part of the journey. Understanding this perspective is crucial for maintaining motivation and resilience. Psychologist Dr. Carol Dweck, in her groundbreaking research on mindset, discovered that people with a growth mindset, those who believe they can improve through effort and learning, are more resilient in the face of setbacks. In contrast, people with a fixed mindset often give up when they encounter difficulties, as they believe their abilities are unchangeable. Adopting a growth mindset allows you to view setbacks not as obstacles, but as opportunities to learn and grow. When you face a setback, instead of seeing it as a failure, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Adjust your strategy, gather insights, and move forward with a stronger plan. Setbacks become stepping stones to success when you approach them with the right mindset. You know, it's easy to become discouraged after a setback, especially when we fall into the trap of negative self-talk. However, reframing is a powerful tool to help you shift your perspective from defeat to growth. Instead of thinking, "I failed," try saying, "I learned how not to do it." This simple shift in thinking can make a huge difference in how you approach future challenges. Imagine you've been working hard to eat healthier, but find yourself slipping and eating junk food. Instead of saying, "I always mess up, I'll never stick to this," reframe it by saying, "I learned that I need to prepare healthier snacks to avoid temptation." This shift in perspective helps you see the setback as a lesson rather than a failure, encouraging you to try again with a better plan. Winston Churchill famously said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that count." This quote perfectly captures the essence of reframing. Setbacks are just a moment in time, not a permanent reflection of your abilities or worth. So, when facing a setback, consciously change your internal dialogue. Instead of focusing on your failures, focus on the lessons you can learn and how you can use those lessons to improve. This will help you stay motivated and focused on the next steps instead of getting bogged down by negative thoughts. Guess what else can help out? Having a strong support system. It can make all the difference when you're facing setbacks. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage, motivate, and believe in you can help you stay on track and keep going when you want to quit. Why support matters? Research by psychologist Robert Cialdini highlights the power of social influence and behavior. People are more likely to succeed when they are part of a supportive community or when they have mentors who provide encouragement and guidance. Positive social support helps buffer against stress and increases perseverance. Oprah Winfrey faced numerous personal and professional setbacks throughout her career. From being fired from her first TV job to struggling with her weight and self-esteem, Oprah's journey was far from easy. However, she credits much of her success to the support system around her, mentors, friends, and a deep belief in herself. Her ability to lean on others during tough times helped her push through setbacks and ultimately become one of the most successful women in the world. In today's digital age, there are numerous ways to build a virtual support network. Apps like Meetup can connect you with like-minded individuals, while support groups on social media platforms can provide daily inspiration. Furthermore, accountability apps like Stick or Habitica can help you track progress and connect with others working on similar goals. Maintaining long-term motivation is one of the most common challenges people face when working toward a goal. Whether it's getting fit, advancing in your career, or learning a new skill, staying motivated over time can feel like an uphill battle. In this video, we're going to explore how to find deeper meaning in your actions, balance long-term goals with short-term results, and use external sources of motivation to keep your energy and enthusiasm high throughout your journey. The first step in maintaining long-term motivation is finding a deeper connection to your goals. Often, we set goals because they are expected or because society tells us we should want them. But when we can connect with a deeper meaning behind our actions, we unlock a wellspring of motivation that goes far beyond mere willpower. Meaning turns tasks from obligations into inspirations. Do you consider the story of Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple? He didn't just set out to create a tech company. He was driven by a vision of making a difference in the world through design, simplicity, and innovation. Jobs once said, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." When he faced difficult times, it wasn't just the profit potential that motivated him. It was the belief that his work was creating a legacy and making the world better. This deeper connection kept him motivated even in the face of failure and setbacks. Dr. Edward Deci and Dr. Richard Ryan, psychologists known for their work on self-determination theory, have conducted extensive research into motivation. They found that intrinsic motivation, motivation driven by internal rewards like personal growth or the pursuit of meaningful goals, is far more powerful and sustainable than extrinsic motivation, such as rewards or recognition. When we connect with the deeper meaning behind our goals, we naturally cultivate intrinsic motivation, which in turn makes our actions feel more fulfilling and less like chores. To maintain long-term motivation, spend time reflecting on why your goals matter to you. Instead of focusing solely on the outcome, think about how achieving that goal will enhance your life and contribute to something greater. Regularly remind yourself of this deeper connection and make it the driving force behind your efforts. Okay, let's check out the numbers. A study by Dr. Teresa Amabile, a professor at Harvard Business School, found that people who make consistent progress on their goals, no matter how small, are significantly more motivated and productive than those who focus solely on results. This phenomenon is known as the progress principle, where small wins provide emotional fuel to continue working toward the larger goal. Balancing long-term goals with short-term achievements is essential for maintaining motivation. Long-term goals can feel distant and overwhelming, making it easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. That's why it's crucial to set short-term milestones that offer a sense of achievement along the way. The famous marathon runner Kara Goucher once explained that when training for a marathon, she didn't just focus on the final race. Instead, she celebrated small victories along the way, completing each training run, improving her times, or reaching certain distances. These smaller achievements helped her maintain her motivation and ultimately reach her larger goal of completing the marathon. To put this theory into your own routine, break down your long-term goals into smaller, more manageable chunks. Set weekly, monthly, or even daily targets that will help you stay on track and give you a sense of accomplishment. Celebrate these small wins to stay motivated and maintain a sense of progress. This strategy helps bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, making the journey feel less daunting. Sometimes internal motivation just isn't enough to keep you going. This is where external sources of motivation come in. External motivation can come from a variety of sources, whether it's music that gets you pumped, books that inspire you, people who encourage you, or online communities that support you. These external sources can fuel your enthusiasm and help you stay focused, especially during moments of self-doubt or fatigue. Psychologist Albert Bandura is well known for his work on self-efficacy, which is the belief in one's ability to succeed in specific situations. Bandura's studies suggest that external encouragement and positive reinforcement from others can significantly boost our self-efficacy and help us persist in difficult tasks. Whether it's a friend cheering you on or a motivational podcast that inspires you, these external influences can enhance your belief in your ability to succeed. The actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson often shares his motivational routines on social media, including his daily workouts and positive affirmations. Johnson's use of motivational content, from books to podcasts, helps him maintain his motivation and stay grounded, despite his demanding schedule. His authenticity in sharing his struggles and victories has made him a source of inspiration for millions. Look for stuff that motivates you, like music, podcasts, books, or a group of people who vibe with you. Find what gets you fired up and inspired. Make it a habit to check out these motivational resources to keep your energy up. And hey, hang out with folks who lift you and share your values. Their support will help you stay on track when your motivation dips. Having discussed the essential strategies for sustaining long-term motivation, including understanding the meaning behind your actions, balancing long-term aspirations with immediate results, and utilizing external sources of encouragement, let's delve into practical solutions that you can start implementing right away to maintain your momentum. One effective approach is to connect with the core reasons for your goals. Regularly reminding yourself of the deeper purpose behind your actions can significantly enhance your motivation. To do this, reflect on your goals and consider why they matter to you, how achieving them will impact your life or the lives of others, and what you stand to gain. A concrete way to reinforce this connection is to write down these reasons and display them in visible places, like your desk or fridge. This serves as a daily reminder, helping you to navigate challenges when motivation dips. Another effective method is to set short-term milestones for celebration. By dividing larger goals into smaller, manageable steps, you alleviate the pressure of working towards something that feels distant. This technique not only keeps you engaged, but also motivates frequent small victories. Utilize a task management app or planner to define weekly objectives that lead toward your larger aspirations. For instance, if you're preparing for a marathon, you might establish running targets for specific distances or time frames. Incorporating external motivation is another powerful tactic. Sometimes you may need a little nudge, and sources like music, books, inspirational quotes, and podcasts can elevate your mood and energy. Consider creating a playlist of motivational songs or podcasts that resonate with your goals. If visual stimuli help you more, a vision board in your workspace or curated images and quotes on platforms like Pinterest can serve as constant reminders of your aspirations. Keeping these motivational tools close at hand fosters a supportive environment for your journey. Visualization is yet another effective psychological technique to enhance motivation. By mentally picturing your accomplishments, you reinforce the positive emotions associated with achieving your goals, creating a feedback loop that fuels further effort. Dedicate a few minutes each day to envision yourself successfully reaching your objectives, such as finishing a race or landing a desired promotion. This practice helps to prepare your mind for success and encourages you to take meaningful action toward your goals. Establishing accountability through a support system is crucial as well. Surrounding yourself with individuals who share your aspirations provides both emotional support and practical guidance during challenging times. This could be a workout partner, a mentor, or a friend. You might consider sharing your goals with someone who can check in on your progress, or seeking out an online community that aligns with your objectives. Platforms such as Facebook groups, Reddit, or fitness-specific apps like Strava can connect you with others for encouragement and support. Lastly, maintaining high energy levels is vital for sustained motivation, and this involves recognizing the importance of regular breaks. Continuous work without pauses can lead to burnout, which in turn diminishes motivation. Implementing techniques like the Pomodoro technique, working for a set period followed by a short break, can help enhance productivity and prevent exhaustion. Schedule regular breaks during your day to recharge, whether through a brief walk, meditation, or a healthy snack. You'll find that returning to your tasks after these breaks allows you to work more effectively and motivate you to persist in your progress. To wrap it up, maintaining long-term motivation isn't about sheer willpower. It's about creating systems and practices that fuel your passion over time. By connecting with the deeper purpose behind your actions, breaking down big goals into small wins, and leveraging external sources of motivation, you can build a sustainable path to success. Stay consistent, celebrate your wins, and don't be afraid to ask for support when needed. Keep pushing forward, and remember that every small step counts. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insights on how to maintain motivation and live your best life. You've got this.